Overlooking the mighty Rio Negro River, German architect Burkhard Pick enjoys a morning cup of coffee. Here in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, he's overseeing the construction of a soccer stadium. It's not the first time foreign architects have been invited to Manaus to erect something monumental. For more than a century, the opera house, the Teatro Amazonas, has been the city's most famous landmark. But now it's about to get some competition. These sections are part of the grandstands. The Arena Amazonia is gradually taking shape. Burkhard Pick has been overseeing the project for the last 2 years.
I think it's one of the most challenging and nicest jobs for an architect because it's one of the biggest things you'll ever get to design. And with a stadium, you also have the emotional factor. There'll be 40,000 people here during the World Cup if all goes to plan. It's a major event, a huge party, and a great way to finish for me, to see that it's been a successful project.
But in the meantime, not quite everything is going to plan. This freshly laid concrete has to be removed because the layer is too thick. There isn't enough space to fit the next section on top. That has soured the mood here. The Brazilian building contractor is under pressure. The budget is tight, and so is the schedule. Pick says situations like this can be stressful, but they can be solved.
We had a quick meeting to clear things up. Normally, we sit around a table for meetings, but this was an impromptu get-together here on site to discuss a solution. We called our structural engineers, and it all went well. It's often like that. Everyone gets all upset to begin with, but we soon sort it out. It was about the joints for the concrete and how we can now install them quickly and efficiently. But everything worked out okay.
The work is managed from the office tent out on the building site. Workers here need patience and a little dexterity in dealing with the architectural plans. The German specifications have to be adapted to the local conditions on the ground. They call it tropicalization here. They're constantly revising details and drawing up new plans. Burkhard Pick says the arena is relatively small by FIFA's standards. But for the city of Manaus, it's a huge project with a budget of just under 200 million euros.
Manaus is an unusual location. It's an island in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of a rainforest. For 1,000 kilometers around, there's nothing, no roads. Everything has to be delivered by boat, all the materials and resources we need. That pushes up the price. Concrete is more expensive here than in Sao Paulo or Porto Alegre. You have to consider all that.
Arena Amazonia should be a multi-purpose stadium so that it's suitable for use after the 2014 World Cup. Pick previously oversaw the building of the World Cup Stadium in Durban, South Africa. He says the design worked out well there.
The usage varies depending on the location. Here in Manaus, for example, I was asked right on the first day if we could have artificial grass, as that would be more robust for dance events later on. So they're already thinking about how they can best use the stadium after the World Cup.
The local soccer teams in Manaus aren't big in the Brazilian league. Many fear the arena could become completely useless. But the local coordinator for the World Cup says other events, such as concerts, will help cover the huge cost of maintenance.
It'll cost us around 6 million reais, or 2.4 million euros a year. Of course, that's a lot of money, but without the arena, we won't be able to tackle all the other areas that urgently need investment, like local transport, for example. Also, the arena will be a magnet for visitors in itself. People will stay in Manaus longer so that they can go to see it.
Not that the city doesn't already have enough to offer in itself. Out on the square in front of the opera, Burkhard Pick already feels quite at home. But when the stadium in Manaus is finished next year, it'll be time for him to move on to the next big contract, wherever that may be.